One way to know what your boundaries are or what they should be, or what you should tell people that they are, and whether or not they've been crossed, is to take a look at how your relationships make you feel, right? So red flags, right? Red flag could be a character trait, a certain habit, something somebody does, a behavior, or maybe just a core value that someone else has, that they're entitled to, whatever it may be. A red flag, when we see this trait or observe this or get this feeling, it's this warning response in our gut, right? Oftentimes in our gut. Red flag is the smoke that always leads to fire, right? So we might try to fan the smoke away. We might, call it fog. We might get out the air freshener of denial and say, it's not smoke, it's not smoke. Even occasionally you may be able to see past the smoke and see clear. And you might be able to keep moving forward a little while, but you can never put a fire out by moving toward it or moving through it or getting over it or just ignoring it, right? And fire is the abuse. Fires are meant to be gotten away from, right? Their fires, if you're dating somebody who's an abuser, their fires are not meant for you to put out, right? They're not meant for you to take ownership of, or you be good enough to manage. Their abusive behavior is their responsibility. It's not meant for you to change, manage, fix, accept, or ignore, right? So let's look at a few red flags. If they seem way too good to be true, right, that's a red flag. Not all of these are definite indicators, right? But the more there are, the more red flags. And it's really about how it makes you feel. If you got this feeling that they're just too good to be true, then they are for you, and that's your truth. If they start teasing you or criticizing you, but they just say they're playing, or they're playing too rough, or embarrassing you and telling you to get over it, it's no big deal, or I'm just playful dissing you or whatever. That's a red flag. If they try to make you feel guilty, or threaten to hurt themselves, that's more than a red flag. That's a maroon flag. That thing is dripping with red. Any sort of acting like they own you, or that if you feel like they think of me as a possession, those are red flags. Every human being is jealous, it's natural, but showing extreme jealousy is not, right? That is a red flag for I'm not getting enough control. Or if they accuse you of cheating all the time, without good reason. And then we talked about how anger doesn't cause abuse, but abusive people are often angry, right? And they're often angry because the other people aren't doing what they want, right? So explosive rage, screaming at the top of their lungs, throwing things, throwing keys, breaking phones. We can't force anyone to respect us. I can't force you to respect me, but I can refuse to be disrespected, right? You can throw that abuse, that disrespect at me, but I don't have to catch it, right? I can let it hit my chest and it fall to the ground, and I turn and walk away and snicker, because that is just petty. So we have a choice, right? We have a choice not to abuse. We have a choice not to be abused. And so what it's really about, this gray area, why I said in the beginning is so important, is because it's so easy to slide into these relationships, especially if we're not aware and we're not proactive. We don't think about these things ahead of time. So decide to get into a relationship, right? Don't just slide into one.